5 News This Morning starts now.
We're taking a live look in D.C. this morning, where the U.S. Senate is set to hold another round of votes today, as we're now 3 days into a government stalemate shutdown.
As you walk out the door this morning, you could see a little bit of patchy fog like we've been seeing every morning, but the theme stays the same, quiet and sunny. Once that sun does rise, we'll talk more about it coming up.
And a Florida man is behind bars accused of murdering his sister in Arkansas. Coming up, how investigators say they found evidence linking him to the crime.
And a live look outside in Fort Smith, the Marshals Museum. It is 6:30. Thanks for waking up with us. Grab your coffee. We got 30 minutes here for you. It's Friday. Grab your water, maybe, or your cappuccino or your hot chocolate. Either.
Yeah, I'm a water drinker, so no caffeine for me.
There we go. Do you like those little packets that like flavor your water, like lemonade?
I do like those, but I tend to try to stay away from them because I don't know what necessarily is in it.
Yeah, they're not my favorite. I'd just rather have iced water.
There we go. You drink a lot of water in the mornings too. All right, you're going to need it because it's going to be a little bit, I would say, hot outside today.
I mean, relatively speaking, for sure for fall, we should be in the upper 70s and low 80s. We're about 10 degrees above that across the region. We'll show you what temperatures right now are in the low to mid 60s for much of the region. You can see a 70 degree there in the Van Buren area. And the normal low this time of year is about 50 in northwest Arkansas and 56 in the River Valley. You can see we're nearly 10 to 15 degrees above that area wide. So definitely abnormally warm out there, and it's going to be abnormally hot once we get into the afternoon hours like we were yesterday. Now, compared to this time yesterday, it's a few degrees warmer even yet. So you walk outside, maybe day to day isn't feeling necessarily that warm. But if you compare it to Monday of earlier this week, it feels a lot warmer out there. That's when those lows were in the 50s. But today, they're in the 60s. So if you're headed out to the bus stop, still we'll see clear skies, a little bit of patchy fog, plenty of sunshine as we head into the afternoon by recess or lunchtime. And then as you're heading to more sun, we're not going to see more as in like it's going to grow. Again, if that happens, we got bigger issues and we're not going to be on the air, but it's just going to continue to see sunshine. We'll be back to more sunshine today after a little bit of a stray shower yesterday. It'll be dry through the weekend and maybe a little bit of a cool down next week, but it's not necessarily what you're expecting. It's just going to be a little bit lower. We'll talk more about that here and get you ready for the weekend coming up in your full forecast. Now I'll take a live look, or I should say give you a traffic update on this Friday morning. There is an accident here in Madison County along Highway 412. It's about 4 miles east of Huntsville. A 18-wheeler has rolled over on the westbound lane, but it impacts all lanes. You can see it there in between kind of the Marble and Huntsville area. So again, it's circled right here along Highway 412. Slow down in both directions. So if you're in that area, be mindful there could be a little bit of a slowdown for your morning commute. We'll have that full forecast coming up in about 15 minutes. Joe and Tiffany.
All right, thanks for that, Danny. We're also following some breaking news for you this morning. The Newton County Sheriff's Office in Arkansas, they're investigating a death that they say could possibly be a bear attack.
The sheriff says until the Arkansas Crime Lab completes the autopsy, they can't 100% say that it was a bear, but evidence so far strongly indicates that it is. The sheriff's office was called to Sam's Throne near the town of Mount Judah on Thursday, which is just north of Russellville. They were called there for a welfare concern. The caller said that his father was camping there and had not checked in for a couple of days. When the deputy arrived, the camp looked disturbed with evidence of a struggle and injury.
Now, there were also drag marks, they say, leading from the campground into the woods. The camper, a 60-year-old man from Missouri, he hasn't been identified to us as of yet, though he was found several yards outside of the campsite deceased. Investigators say the man's family told them that he had actually sent pictures to them a couple days before of a bear in his camp.
Yeah, they're also noting that the body had extensive injuries, which are consistent with a large carnivore attack.
The sheriff's office saying that there are efforts underway right now to locate a bear, which they say appears to be a young male. They're also urging if you're camping in that area or plan to, just follow those bear safety measures. Sheriff also putting out this warning saying, quote, that I don't want this to become open season on any bear that someone may see, as most bears fear humans and run away. Of course, we'll keep an eye on this investigation. We'll bring you the latest right here on 5 News.
Well, we're now on day 3 of the federal government shutdown.
Yeah, today the U.S. Senate will take up both Republican and Democratic spending bills in a bid to reopen the government. Amy Kiley has more.
Today, the Senate is voting on the same GOP funding bill that already failed 3 times. Democrats are expected to block it once again.
We haven't wanted to negotiate. We just want to keep the government open.
We are ready, we are willing, we are able to sit down with anyone, anytime, any place.
Senate Majority Leader John Thune says he's considering a talk with Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer. In the meantime, if today's vote fails, Thune says he'll hold another one Monday on that same funding bill.
We are asking Democrats to do nothing more than pass a clean, nonpartisan bill to fund the government for a few more weeks so that we can get back to bipartisan appropriations work.
Democrats say they don't want to keep voting on the same legislation. They want to negotiate changes. They say their primary goal is to stop health care premiums from going up for people on Obamacare.
Enact a spending agreement that actually meets the needs of the American people while at the same time addressing the Republican health care crisis.
Meanwhile, the White House says President Donald Trump plans to fire thousands of federal workers during the shutdown. Two officials say that could start today or this weekend.
We're going to look at agencies that don't align with the administration's values that we feel are a waste of the taxpayer dollar.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Well, if votes in the Senate fail again today, then the shutdown is likely to last through the weekend. If that does happen, House lawmakers will return Monday to work towards a spending bill.
Well, this morning we're learning more about the deadly attack at a synagogue in London. British police say a man targeted worshippers on Yom Kippur, killing at least 2 people and injuring several others. Police say he reportedly rammed his car into people before starting to stab them. The video shown captures intense moment that British police surrounded the man. Officers believe he was wearing an explosive vest and fired, killing him, though he was unarmed. Authorities say this marks the first fatal attack targeting Jewish people in Britain in at least 30 years.
We know that this will leave a deep mark on our community here in Manchester, as Jewish people were attacked on their holiest day as they went to worship.
Police have arrested 3 people in connection with the attack, 2 men in their 30s and a woman in her 60s. The investigation is still underway this morning. Well, today a New York judge will hand down sentencing in rapper Sean Diddy Combs' criminal case. Combs was convicted of 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Each could carry a maximum of 10 years in prison, though he was acquitted of the more serious charges of sex trafficking and racketeering. During a hearing on Thursday, Combs made a plea to the judge, saying he lost his way due to drugs and has been humbled. He asked the judge to give him a second chance, saying jail has changed him. He will be handed down that sentence this morning. We'll bring you the latest here on 5 News.
Well, developing this morning, a Florida man is behind bars after being arrested this week in connection to a murder right here in Arkansas.
State police say he's accused of killing his sister in Arkansas, a resident, earlier this year. This video is from the Volusia County Sheriff's Office Facebook showing 68-year-old Mark Brown of DeLand, Florida, being arrested. Police say he's accused of killing his sister, 69-year-old Mona Sloop, which was found dead in her Leslie home on July 2nd. After months of investigation, state police gathered evidence they say linking him to the crime.
Brown was arrested on October 1st and is now in a Florida jail awaiting extradition back to Arkansas. State police say that the investigation is ongoing and more arrests could still be possible.
Also this morning, we're learning prosecutors in Sequoyah County have charged a man with murder after a shooting victim died from their injuries. The Sequoyah County Sheriff's Office saying that Robert Skelton is charged with second-degree murder in the death of Josh Mefford. The shooting happened September 20th. Mefford, they say, was found with gunshot wounds in a rural area southwest of Sallisaw. Skelton has pleaded not guilty to all charges. He's in the Sequoyah County Jail with his next court date set for December.